Full of greed, heart full of spite. Foodie can't see the light. Overeating, losing the fight. Greed, a hold attack day and night.
Welcome back. So, Madam has just put out a video called Defamatory Claims, saying that people who are calling her an animal abuser because she hasn't had Julia spayed are making defamatory comments. She's saying that if you think that of her, you're effectively thinking that of the vet, which is silly in her words because the vet wouldn't do anything to hurt the animal. She comes up with a story now about Julia having had a skin condition in the past, apparently, which delayed things. She's doubling down that she's been vaccinated. And, oh, what else? Oh, yes. That they would lose a lot of money on their forthcoming trip if they cancelled it to get Julia spayed for her to stay and look after her, because she's not comfortable going away after she's had the surgery. You won't believe the words that come out of her mouth here, folks. I would say enjoy, but, you know. So she starts the video showing us Julia.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So I hope you have your pearls ready to be clutched, because this is going to be this kind of video. And when it comes to my pet care, people like to clutch their pearls over every little thing. And that's what I'm going to discuss today. I'm going to tell you the full history story about Julia, and then I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
But you just know she will talk about it again. And what's this about the full story about Julia? What hasn't she told us?
So basically what's going on is I'm now being accused of being an animal abuser because my cat has not been spayed yet. And she has been given 2 times, not once or 3 times, it's 2 times, I don't know what they call it, a progestin shot. It's a hormone shot to keep her out of heat for several months. Her first shot lasted almost a year, exactly.
When you got it done before, you said it was called Depot. And you had it done, you said, after you got back from Thailand, so it was later in the year. So it's maybe 9-10 months, not a year.
So yeah, they can last several months. The first one was administered by a different veterinarian. This one a different one, 2 different veterinarians. But if you're going to call me an animal abuser for
See, she skips over that, why she's chosen different vets.
her this shot, then you're also calling the veterinarian an animal abuser, which I can guarantee you 100%. They're not in the profession to abuse animals. You would need to call them that logically because they're the ones who actually gave the shot.
But did they know the full history? Did they know that she'd already had one before, for example? You know, it all depends how it was positioned to them, doesn't it? I'm not saying for 1 minute that they wouldn't give them a second shot, especially if Julia was in distress. You know, maybe the kindest thing to do, they thought. But, you know, we don't know, do we, exactly what's gone on. And because we can't trust Chantal because of her history of telling untruths, people are gonna, you know, consider that, aren't they, when they're forming their opinion.
And actually, when we first brought Julia to the vet when she went into heat to see about getting her fixed, which we did do, the vet was the one who suggested the shot for now because she needed other treatments that he wanted performed before she could be fixed. So
really? I would need to go back and check, but I think, I'm going to say allegedly because off the top of my head, I don't know for sure, but I think you only realised when she was in heat, and that's when you got her the injection. I don't recall you mentioning taking her before then to be spayed.
So here's the story. We got Julia from someone Salah knew, and that person that Salah knew got them from somebody they knew and had to leave the country.
Convenient, isn't it? Passed along from one to another to another.
So they were looking to rehome Julia. That Julia was never theirs. They had other cats to take care of. So,
But I thought you said she was rehomed to them, so she would have been their cat, surely, then. Make it your mind up. Make it make sense.
that person wasn't really sure about her whole history, about her exact age and everything like that. So we weren't sure about her exact age. It was just an estimate. I can't even remember now what it was, but she was pretty young. But that wasn't 100% certain. That was just an estimate to tell you guys whatever. So she went into heat the first time. And so we brought her to the vet almost right away. The vet examined her, as a good veterinarian would do, and saw that she had like a skin condition we had no idea about. That.
So this is the first we're hearing about any kind of skin condition. I find this hard to believe because, you know, she would have made content out of it. She would have been telling us all about it. And you've just said now you took her to the vet when she went into heat the first time. So I was right. It wasn't before.
That he wanted to be fixed up first. So we had to take her where she gets her nails trimmed, get her a couple of these, the special shampoo to wash her skin. And that would have to clear up before she could be vaccinated. So then we had to get her vaccinated, and then we had to arrange to get her fixed. But we thought, you know, even the vet said there's no rush because she has this vaccine that can last up to a year, and it did not a year. He said actually 10 months. This actually lasted almost a year. So usually it's about between 7 to 10 months, but it can last longer. So we just weren't really keeping track, I guess, of the exact date of when it would wear off.
You don't even need to know the exact date. You're talking months here. Months. You're not talking like a period of 7 days, 10 days that you had to track, you know? Oh, I can't believe what she's spewing here.
Another note is actually he didn't want to give her the vaccine while she was in heat, because whenever she was in heat, she was under more stress and just more, you know, tired and everything like that. So he wanted to wait until after her cycle was over, or she was no longer in heat, because this injection would have put her out of heat within 3 days. So it's like almost like.
So she's still sticking to the story that she's been vaccinated. Now, I've got her in 1.5 speed, but even despite that, you can see how worked up she is about this. She's really worked up. Another reason why I don't believe it.
Almost like a form of birth control, which even humans take. All right. So, again, if
even humans take, so it's okay then. Doesn't matter, huh?
And if it was animal abuse, the doctor would be responsible for the animal abuse, because they're the one who recommended it to us in the first place, while we took care of her other health issues.
Well, I personally have never called you an animal abuser. I've called you out for neglect in terms of not getting her spayed at the correct time. Also, again, it depends what this second vet was told. Why didn't you go back to the first vet? Normally, you, for continuity of care, you would stay with the same vet.
To say for a creator, you know who it is, to constantly make content on the basis that we abuse our animals is full defamation. Full defamation. And I might be in Kuwait now, but this person better hope that I don't follow through with a defamation case in the future. You can laugh now, but all of it on my side, all of it's.
I'm sure FFG's shaking in her boots. Not
documented on their channel. Like, they have these streams and all these videos, and even if they take them down, the internet's forever, right? So anyway, because that's what
FFG doesn't take down her videos. One thing she doesn't do.
it is. It's pure defamation. Even accusing me of animal abuse with BBJ, I have those files from the animal control who are responsible for animal abuse cases on my side. They've always left our premises without any account, without deeming any abuse or neglect at all. So that's it.
So why haven't you shown those? Like you keep saying you will. You'll show the documentation. Why haven't you shown any vet records? Huh? Like you kept saying that you would do. This is crazy.
That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not revisiting old drama. There's just no way. So back to Julia. So it was the vet who actually suggested this while we could take care of the other issues for Julia. Actually, as a side note, I just want to say, all of this is not really anyone's business, how I take care of my pet.
You put her on the internet, you've made her part of your streams, so no, I disagree. You're open to scrutiny if you put it on the internet. Simple as.
Pet, she's being well fed, she's spoiled with love, and she's very comfortable here. Like, if she was out on the streets of Kuwait in the heat with no food, shelter, water, come on. Yeah.
No, you come on. That's not an excuse for not getting your pet spayed or neutered. Oh, the words of this cow, honestly.
No. So there's just this person who has to keep twisting things, making me out to be a villain so they continue to have content. Anyways, meanwhile, they smoke all the time, hotboxing their animals with their...
You smoke shisha in your hotbox there. You don't even have open windows because you've got to have the aircon on so low. And never mind the cigarettes that we know you smoke and your vape. So don't go down that road again. It's not a good look for you. You've got no comparison there.
With their cigarette smoke. So, and yes, I do smoke shisha once in a while, but I'm not here accusing people of animal abuse, am I? So I guess we just didn't really keep track of like how long the vaccine was lasting. She did end up going in heat again, and I think what triggered it was me having the scent of those male cats on me from downstairs, because she was really into the scent, and she went into heat like the next day. So we are traveling very soon. I don't feel comfortable with getting her fixed without me being here to care for her and to keep an eye on her. So basically, we made the decision to go back to another vet and another pet.
We made the decision to go to another vet. Note that. Another vet. Why not go back to the first vet that she saw?
Clinic and say, you know, can we get her another shot for now? And the vet said yes, but this will be the last one. Usually 2 is like the max recommended, just to prevent problems in the future that the hormones could cause. So seeing that we don't really have another choice because we don't have the time. I know people will say, well, that's not an excuse.
We don't have the time. No, you're right. It's not a bloody excuse.
To get your pet. Not getting them fixed is not a medical emergency, okay? Like, we have these tickets bought, we have the hotel paid for, we have everything, and we will lose money.
Now we're getting down to the brass tacks of it. You'd lose money. And you only told us in your stream yesterday that you're absolutely fine for money. No money problems. No, no, no.
On the plane tickets and everything. So, yeah, seeing as the vet said it was okay to get another shot, we got her another shot. And
it's always me, me, me. Me first. Me first.
And lo and behold, she's fine. She has like no symptoms of any side effects. She's back to her regular self. She's not lethargic or not eating or anything like that. Trust me, she's eating and she's running around.
You don't know what's going to happen in future as a result of having these.
Chasing flies and whatever else. So she's a happy cat. Anytime you've ever seen her on video, she's not cowering in a corner. She's not afraid. She's not emaciated. She's always on her back, which is the most comfortable, happiest position a cat could be in. Anytime I talk to her, she flops on her back and rolls over. You've seen that many times, just like you've seen many times in my previous streams and videos where BBJ was extremely happy. BBJ was extremely old, had a lot of health problems that old cats have.
Here we go.
So, I mean, yeah, like, Julia's fine. If you want to accuse me of being an animal abuser because my cat was in heat, that is just beyond ridiculous. And after this video, we're not even going to address anything ridiculous like that. You can keep making your defamatory videos. I hope that they stack up, and I hope for your sake that I never take action on it. But we'll see, because that's just ridiculous at this point. Like, people are getting...
You can't afford to take action against anybody.
Getting away with the most vile things and actions and saying and doing the most vile things to people in the community, and it's just like going too far. It's just being stretched too far. I get it that
what the hell has any of that got to do with you not getting your cat spayed at the right time? And putting your own needs first?
I'm not the person that I was, and you don't have the content that you used to. And guess what? People grow and they change and go through phases.
Well, you haven't, clearly, huh? Still not fond of getting to the vets on time, shall we say?
Life. I'm not here for your entertainment.
What are you here for then? You've got a YouTube channel. Is YouTube not to entertain as well as inform, things like that? You're certainly not informative, so can only guess that you're meant to be an entertainment channel.
In the way that my life is not going to just be your entertainment in the way that you think it is. So, you know, I'm sorry that you can't profit off of my downward spiral over and over like you could before, but that doesn't mean that you can just invent BS like that. Defamatory content that I'm an animal abuser because my cat is not spayed and was given an injection, hormonal injection, to keep her out of heat for a while.
A second one because you couldn't be asked to get her spayed in the meantime. Let's be honest. You're missing that bit out here, aren't you?
And yes, that is a good excuse to get her the injection because I don't want to have her have an operation, which is more major for female cats to be spayed than males, and just take off and leave the country because I would worry about her.
Then why not put off your trip? I've done that before when I've been worried about a pet, not even going through an operation or anything. you know, just normal day to day, if I'm worried about my pet for any reason, and it has happened, I've not gone away. Lost money, the works. I don't care. They are family to me.
My pets are very much loved, and you've never seen otherwise in any of my videos. Julia has always been happy. So, yes, it's just something else to fake outrage over. And, you know, I've seen some creators, some reactors say that I'm stupid for bringing this to the internet. Why would I do that if I'm just going to be criticized for being an animal abuser? And, you know, my answer to that is because I simply don't care what people think about it. I'm not an animal abuser. I'm not going to hide actions that are not harmful just because some other people want to twist it and interpret it that way.
You don't care, yet you're making this, what, 19-minute video about it. Yeah.
You know, if the injection, the hormonal injection, was something that was so harmful for pets and was so, it was a form of animal abuse, the vets would not be administering it, you know?
Like I said before, why did you go to a different vet? Does this vet know the full backstory? Know that she already has had one injection? What story did you spew to them for the reason being that you couldn't get her spayed now? Maybe the vet thought the kindest thing, being that you being adamant you weren't going to get her spayed now, the kindest thing was to give her this shot to help her, you know, get out of the distress. I can understand a vet doing that under those circumstances, can't you? Talking to my subs there, my viewers.
Like, there can be side effects just like with any medication you give to someone or to your pets. But luckily, there's been no side effects with Julia at all.
Yet.
So she's fine. You can rage all.
And also, how can we trust you? You didn't tell us about her skin condition that I remember anyway.
You want elsewhere about it. Again, but I'm so happy that you have those videos documenting your defamation. Thank you very much. If people want to clutch their pearls about this situation, please do it elsewhere, because I'm honestly trying to rebuild an audience who is not negative all the time, doesn't come on my streams to just, you know, come up with all these things, cause drama, incite drama, and everything else. Like, I'm just over it. I'm just totally over it.
Rebuilding an audience, huh? Who should think she's kidding?
Yeah, they're just, I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with that drama. It's just not, it's never ending. It's just always something else. And the things are becoming more and more outrageous. So if you're going to call me an animal abuser, again, just emphasizing that you'll need to call the vet an animal abuser, because they're the ones who suggested it in the first place, and they're the ones who administered it. I don't think that a veterinarian would, administer animal abuse on their animals, on their patients. So that's just something that's like, this person's audience is not logical. They don't think logically. They're just hive-minded, pack-minded, and they're just like a bunch of coyotes, like, and they don't think for themselves.
Here we go.
And unfortunately, that's what happens. You have these wild, ridiculous accusations, and you can think what you want. When we get back, we have about maybe, I don't know, we're not going to wait like the full time like last time, but I'd say after maybe 5 or 6 months, we will get her spayed. Like, we won't.
Why wait 5 or 6 months? God's sake. Unless the vet said you have to wait 5 or 6 months after that shot, there is no good reason to wait that long. And I very much doubt that that's the case. But I'll happily be corrected if that's the veterinary advice. But
we won't let her go into another cycle. But because of the injection, there's no rush. So yeah, should we have done it sooner this time? Yes, I don't think she...
Yes, you should have. And again, you're doing the same repeat cycle. Oh, there's no rush. That's what you thought last time.
She may not have gone in heat if she didn't smell the cats, but it was always a possibility. So maybe we should have got it done before we traveled, like way before. But even if we didn't get her spayed, it's not animal abuse. You can't go around saying that animals who are not spayed are abused animals or neglected. Like, it's just not the case. It's not it.
People can call out people for not getting their pets spayed and neutered. Everybody is entitled to their opinion on that. And any sane, decent human being would agree that it's best to spay and neuter your pets.
everyone has a different opinion on that. Some people are against getting surgery for their animals, and that's their right. That's their right, you know.
In my experience, volunteering in rescue, it's mostly people don't have the money. They've got the pets, not thinking ahead about the costs involved.
So unless the animal is being starved, shut away and actually neglected without...
Shut away. She caught herself on there because she did shut Julia away.
Food or water or love or attention for several days, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Just because you don't know what you're talking about. Like, these accusations are so invalid and they're defamatory. And I know that this community where these reactors are don't care about that. They just don't. That's exactly what they're aiming for. And they're aiming at anything they can, hang on to or twist or whatever to make
No, it's all coming from your mouth.
money, but it's just not the case, and it can backfire. And what goes around comes around, definitely. So I would be careful about that if I were you. But other than that, yeah, I eventually told people about Julia. First, I was in the gym and the pool area. A mixture of reasons. I wanted to see the cat, a change of environment, but also I didn't want her meowing loudly on the camera. I didn't, want to have to keep talking through that.
Yeah, because you knew that you'd get called out on it again.
And also, I knew what people were going to say, and I was right. So I just thought, just to avoid the headache. But then something switched, and I was like, I wanted to go back up to my apartment, and I was like, why am I staying here just because, like, why do I care what these people think? Why do I care? I'm not going to, why am I not living the life how I want to just because of what people are going to think? Go ahead.
I think you wanted back in your apartment because you realised you couldn't eat as much as you want down in the gym. And you're saying, I don't care what these people think. And again, you're making a 19-minute video exactly about that.
Go ahead, call me an animal abuser, because there's zero truth to it. So that's what clued in, and I said, I'm going upstairs, my cat's in heat, it is what it is, think what you want. And of course, right away, oh, she's an animal abuser. I knew it, that's why I was in the gym, but I don't care because it's not true. So if it's not true, you don't care about it, that's how it goes. And after this video, I'm not even going to talk about any of this anymore.
Yeah, right.
If you come into my streams and you accuse me of being an animal abuser, I probably won't care, but you'll probably still be blocked by mods. So whatever, we don't need that.
Or be blocked by you. You did enough blocking yesterday.
Activity. You don't have a business in my stream anyway watching me if you think I'm such a horrible person. So
maybe people are trying to educate you in the slim hopes that maybe you would pick up on it and maybe change your attitude. Personally, I wouldn't bother. I never have gone in her streams and I never will. But maybe that's what these people are thinking.
So, but yeah, I would hurt myself before I ever did harm to my pet. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure the veterinarian wouldn't do harm to my pet. So for them to suggest that in the first place, and yeah, she did get the bath, she did get the vaccines. But again, none of that is like anyone's business, like what I do with my pet, like at all, she's very happy.
She keeps saying this, it's nobody's business, none of your business. You made her part of your internet show. So yeah, people are going to talk about it. You can expect nothing less. Same as they talk about everything else that you show on your channel.
Very happy. So anyways, I don't have anything else to say about it. Just that. And again, that's going to be the last time that I ever talk about this situation.
It's about the fourth or fifth time she said that.
She will not go into heat for a while. And inshallah. And we will take...
Inshallah? Huh? You're just hoping that you've got several months before you have to even think about the operation, aren't you? I cannot believe she's got the gall to come on here and say these things. I really can't.
We'll take care of it before that happens again. So we have decided she will be spayed eventually, but just
eventually.
Right now, this was the best option. Like I said, we were traveling. It was too soon that it happened. So yes. Anyway, I guess that's it. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Oh, it makes me so mad what she's saying here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Oh! See you next time. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.
Belly full, but she want more. Anger rising, can't keep score. Money off the spend, can't ignore. Greed a joke until she can't adore. Belly full of greed, heart full of spite. Foodie can't see the light. Overeat manipulating, using the fight. Greed, a hoarder type